Now we're going to take a look at a couple of different ways to escape the Kesa position. I'm getting a lot of people that have learned how to effectively escape side control, and so their opponent moves to Kesa on them. And when your opponent moves to Kesa, you get stuck. And that's common, so we're going to look at a couple ways to address that, give you a couple more tools. So my opponent is in the Kesa position, and the common escape that everybody knows is to cross face, sit my hips out and up, and bring my opponent down. There's nothing wrong with that escape. However, if you use it 400 times with the same guy, he's going to start putting his head down much lower, and you're never going to get your head up there. Okay? So we've got to have some other opportunity. This arm is the key. I have got to get my arm, my elbow to the mat and create some space, create a frame to keep my opponent's hip away from me. Now when I do that, I want to turn my hips toward my opponent so that I can walk and set one hook. If you can and you want to grab it, wonderful. The only problem with this is your elbow is no longer on the ground. Okay, so if he clears your arm, you're back to square one. But from here, hooking, and I've got one hook set. If you can grab under his leg over there, all the better. Okay, you're almost setting him up in a twister position. We're not going to attempt to go through a twister from here. We just want to get out of the bad spot. From here, using this leg, I'm going to pull my opponent back over my hips, hopefully clearing his arm, but it doesn't really matter if I clear his arm or not. We're going to show it both ways. First time, my opponent rips his arm out of here. Okay, so we're here, he rips this arm out, in which case I come up and take his back. Alright, so one fluid motion, it looks a little more like this. My opponent is in Kesa, down, hook, under, he rips the arm, and I take his back. Another scenario though is that your opponent doesn't pull his arm out. So we're here, I shrimp, create space, and get this elbow to the mat. I go here, I pull my opponent backwards, he does not clear this arm. Okay, now if you want to go twister, great, or clear and come up into the mount. You've already cleared your path because you've got this arm blocking it. Let's look at that from a different angle. My opponent's got Kesa position. I want to shrimp my hips, creating space and getting this elbow on the ground. That's the key, because I'm using that to push up against his hip. Now from here, my hips go toward my opponent, and I'm looking to hook that leg. Again, if you can hook under it, wonderful. This will suffice if not. Using this, I'm going to bridge my opponent backwards. Okay? Hooking here, using that, using this. Pulling. Now my opponent rips his arm out, no problem. Follow, set the other hook and take the back. I'm here, create space, get the elbow down, hook, my opponent does not rip his arm out. So when I go here, my opponent leaves his arm. That's fine. Shrimp, I'm shrimping away from him. Shrimp. This arm is glued underneath me. This arm, he's immediately going to be posting. I just want to underhook it, lift it, and come up into the mount position. That's an easy way for you to escape the Kesa position by getting this arm free, creating a frame, and it creates a little bit of space so that you can get your hips moving.